Now on CoastTV News.
It's cloudy this morning, some patchy light rain and drizzle across the area. Otherwise, we do finally start to dry things out with time. We'll see great weather to end the week with a good-looking weekend on the way. Details coming up.
Help for Hurricane Helene victims. The efforts underway in Delaware to ship supplies to those in need in the South.
And increased fees for emergency services, while the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company says more money is needed as calls continue to rise.
Holding developers accountable, we have details about a new House bill aimed to protect taxpayers during neighborhood paving projects.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
And I'm Elisa Weber. Matt Pensick has the day off, and welcome to our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, if you were here during our 5 o'clock hour, you know it's not a huge surprise, but wet roads, maybe not the sunrise we were hoping to get today, but not a terrible day.
No, and Bob said to watch out for those wet leaves because now it's fall, which is hard to believe it's October 2nd.
Right.
I think September was like this.
Yeah.
I thought the summer went fast. No, September, it was like that.
Exactly.
But what do you think, Bob? Are you shocked that it's already October?
My grandmother had an old saying when I was growing up, the older you get, the faster time goes, and there's a lot of truth to that, and it just seems like time just goes by. It seemed like it was just the 4th of July, and now here we are, October. It's going to be Halloween by the end of the month. Anyway, not rushing things too much, but it's kind of dreary out there this morning. We're seeing drizzle and areas of light rain from Ellendale down 113. Millsboro's seeing a little bit of light rain and drizzle. Selbyville, Ocean Pines as well. Even where there's no green, I think we are still seeing areas of drizzle and mist, so watch out for that. And still a little misty back through I-95. There's a cold front back to the west. That will weaken as it heads our way, but it will bring some drier air with time. But out the door, we're looking at temperatures into the 60s. Stronger wind along the coast, gusting over 20 miles per hour at times, maybe a little bit of flooding at time of high tide. But grab the rain gear out the door, drizzle and light rain for the next couple of hours. Otherwise, lots of clouds this morning. I think we'll start to see more sunshine this afternoon with lower 70s inland, 60s at the beaches, and then more clearing as we go towards the evening hours. But for the kiddos at the bus stop, be extra careful around the school buses. You see a little stop sign, make sure you stop. 65 off to school with drizzle and light rain for the kids, and then they can carry the rain gear home. Heading home, sun and clouds and 71.
Thank you so much. Delawareans across the state are now looking to help fellow Americans in need in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Local businesses and churches are now hosting Hurricane Helene relief donation drives. Sherry Long is a veteran and is accepting donations at Old Paths Church of Christ in Georgetown. Long says as a veteran, this service is very special to her.
This is not about a party. This is not about a partisanship. This is about caring about your fellow man. Someone needs. And we need to help one another. That's what we're supposed to do.
First round of donations will be accepted at Old Paths Church of Christ until Friday. You can drop off your items between 9 a.m. and noon.
And the vice presidential debate nominees, Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Republican Senator J.D. Vance, squared off overnight in the first and only vice presidential debate.
Their answers to important questions showed how really razor-tight this race for the White House is, with less than 5 weeks until Election Day. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how each made their case for their candidacy.
Won the virtual coin toss and elected.
In a largely civil debate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance frequently referenced common ground while sparring over profound policy disagreements on immigration.
You've got to stop the bleeding. You've got to re-implement Donald Trump's border policies, build the wall, re-implement deportations.
Governor Walz bringing up the tanked bipartisan border bill.
Donald Trump said no. Told them to vote against it because it gives him a campaign issue. When you don't want to solve it, you demonize it.
Pivoting to Trump-Vance false claims about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio, that led to a dispute over fact-checking and muted mics. Abortion, another focal point, Senator Vance saying Republicans need to earn back voter trust on the issue.
The proper way to handle this, as messy as democracy sometimes is to let voters make these decisions, let the individual states make their abortion policy.
How can we as a nation say that your life and your rights, as basic as the right to control your own body, is determined on geography?
The nominees trading barbs over the economy.
Kamala Harris's atrocious economic record, which has made gas, groceries, and housing unaffordable for American citizens.
Kamala Harris's day one was Donald Trump's failure on COVID that led to the collapse of our economy.
In another flashpoint, Senator Vance refusing to acknowledge former President Trump lost the 2020 election.
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
The candidates fighting for an edge in likely the final debate before Election Day. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The debate stayed largely focused on domestic policy, but the nominees did weigh in on the spiraling conflict in the Middle East. This just hours after Iran's missile strike into Israel, both pointing to the need for steady leadership, though they sharply disagreed on which ticket would provide it.
Happening today, the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management will begin a series of public meetings regarding plans for the construction of offshore wind turbines. The structures would be as close as 3.5 miles from the Ocean City shoreline. The proposed project would also be in addition to the 114 938-foot tall turbines over 10 miles from the shoreline that were already approved earlier in September. This meeting is tonight from 6 to 8, and you can register online.
And also happening today, after a firefighter was killed in the line of duty, Ellendale will discuss plans to honor its fallen hero. The town council will discuss installing a tree or a bench for Thomas Berry III. Berry was killed by an electrical pole while trying to help victims of a car accident, and Berry volunteered in Ellendale and Georgetown. And you can hear the potential plans at the town council meeting at 7 p.m. tonight.
New this morning, we have the official results after Tuesday's election in Berlin. Incumbent Mayor Zach Tyndall ran unopposed, will serve another term as mayor. It's the same situation in District 2 for Jack Orris. He will serve another term on town council. Incumbent council member Shanika Nichols beat challenger Daniel Packey. Nichols received 62 compared to the 4 votes for Packey.
And new rules for the road. Governor Carney signed House Bill 297 into law, making developers accountable for paving neighborhood roads. The legislation requires developers to pay 110% of the bond for internal roads up front, preventing taxpayers from covering these costs. The bill had unanimous support from both the House and the Senate, and it is expected to help protect community interests.
The Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company says that funds supporting their services have dropped, yet the fire company also sees the number of ambulance calls this summer was higher than in the past 4 years. So a new fee would have taxpayers within the city of Rehoboth as well as businesses help chip in. But Rudolph Gonzalez, who works on the boardwalk, thinks the fee could upset some people.
Honestly, frustration because prices are already up. People are already paying higher taxes, higher rent, and this is just another fee. Actually, this summer wasn't as great as other summers as far as business. So a lot of the businesses are down. I don't know how they feel about having to whip out an extra fee.
The fire company plans to meet with the city and create a task force to come up with an equal plan for everyone.
And on Friday, October 4th, the Laurel School District will implement an asynchronous or fully online learning day. The district says it's due to more than 70 staff absences, impacting its ability to maintain a safe classroom environment. Students will receive independent assignments, and teachers will be available through email for any questions.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up after the break, making of a mural in Rehoboth Beach. We'll show you the new and improved mural that is being brought back to life after a crash destroyed parts of the artwork.
And prices at the pump, what drivers need to know about where gas prices could be headed in the coming months with inflation issues still top of mind.
And Microsoft AI Updates will tell you how the company says its program is more personable to make it stand out against its competitors. All that and more as Coast TV News Today returns.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Not happy with your home's builder-grade gas fireplace? Let Chagrin Home Comfort Products upgrade your fireplace with a new one from Mendota, Regency, or Cozy Heat. These gas fireplaces add both warmth and aesthetic to your home. Chagrin has plenty of different styles and sizes to choose from. What are you waiting for? Start your fall fireplace project now before it's too late. Stop in one of our local showrooms or give us a call at 302-644-7700 to see how Chagrin Home Comfort products can warm up your home.
I would never take a tax credit that I wasn't entitled to.
Angela Brooks took tax deductions she did not qualify for.
Brooks improperly took advantage of tax breaks she did not qualify for.
Brooks claimed a homestead tax break for a townhouse she rented.
Brooks is accused of improperly claiming senior citizens tax breaks.
She used multiple methods, which she was qualified for, to save thousands of dollars.
No, I don't believe I'm above the law.
Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
No strangers here, just friends you haven't met yet. With comfortable outdoor seating and an authentic Irish bar, Irish Eyes in Milton is a local favorite by the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes in Lewis with ample free parking, a gorgeous waterfront patio, extensive menu favorites, and the best happy hour on the water. Book our Lewis room for all of life's celebrations. With a lovely panoramic view, in-house chef, and a professional team to make your next event one to remember. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
6:11 on this drizzly Wednesday morning. HSB Cam in Cambridge showing a pretty full marina. Boats are in dock, and we are looking at the drizzle and clouds out there. Visibility pretty good, around 9 to 10 miles, but we do have some light showers and drizzle from Ellendale down to Millsboro. Nothing all that heavy, but a mist for sure across much of the area, and a bit more of a mist back through I-95. There's a front farther back to the west that will dry us out eventually. And out the door, we have temperatures in the 60s, and it's a little breezy out there too, especially along the coast. So if you're taking the ferry up to Cape May, we're looking at clouds, drizzle this morning. Make sure you have your rain gear. It's pretty breezy as well, and temperatures in the upper 60s right until the noon hour.
Thank you, Bob. And Delaware State Police will continue to investigate armed robbery and vehicle theft that happened around 5:15 Sunday morning in Millsboro. According to police, 2 victims had driven to the location to meet someone when a female victim got out of her car to enter another car with the suspect. She was robbed at gunpoint, and the suspect took an undisclosed amount of cash. Meanwhile, another unidentified suspect forced a male victim out of his car and then drove away with the stolen vehicle. The vehicle was later recovered by detectives, and check out CoastTV.com for more details. Delaware State Police will continue to investigate a crash that left 2 vehicles severely damaged. According to officials on Monday, Georgetown Fire Company and EMS responded to a crash at the intersection of Prettyman Road and Pettyjohn Road. And you can see the extent of those damages on your screen right now. And officials say the Milton Fire Department Station 85 came to assist as well.
Microsoft announced a major update to its Copilot AI system. The company saying it's added new features to make Copilot feel more personable. This includes a warmer tone that not only provides information, but it'll give you encouragement and advice. The new Copilot feature also includes real-time voice interactions and the ability to interpret images and text on users' screens. Microsoft is hoping this updated digital friend model will help it stand apart from other AI chatbots. More than 150,000 Jeep hybrid models are being recalled due to a battery issue that causes fires. Jeep's parent company, Stellantis, saying the recall includes certain Jeep Wrangler and Grand Cherokee plug-in models from the years 2022 through 2024. The defect is caused by malfunctioning batteries that can ignite. Owners have been warned, park outside to avoid charging your batteries until this issue is resolved. Already 13 fires have been reported. Still ahead this morning, we're talking prices at the pump, how prices compare to this time last year that could give hope to drivers despite inflation concerns.
We are seeing some patchy drizzle and light rain this morning, so grab the rain gear. Some breaks too on our Tyndall's camera in Laurel. A little bit of blue skies out there, and we will start to dry things out, see more of the blue sky and the sun returning, especially end of the week into the weekend. I'll have your full forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Get ready for the spookiest night of the year. Milton Zombie Fest is creeping up on October 19th starting at 4 p.m. in downtown Milton. It's a haunted Mardi Gras like you've never seen before. Bring the whole family for bone-chilling fun with live music, freak shows, food trucks, costume contests, and a laser light show that'll leave you screaming for more. Admission is free, so come join the undead for a night you won't forget. For more info, visit miltontheater.com. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Who am I? I'm a mom. I am a nurse.
A family man.
I am Afro-Latina.
I am an entrepreneur. I'm a New Yorker, and I'm the best of both worlds.
I am all that I am.
All that I am.
Hispanic heritage.
Celebrating all that we are.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
It is now 6:16 and we're going to take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach. As we can see, there's the boardwalk. Still pretty dark outside, Bob. Bob, we were talking time is flying. It's already October. Before we know it, it's going to be the holidays. That's just how it goes. This time of year, it goes from fall to winter in a blink of an eye. Yeah.
It's just so quick, isn't it, Elisa? I mean, it's just time is flying. And as I mentioned earlier, as you get older, it seems to go even faster. Let's do that fun thing we call the countdown. Halloween just 30 days away. I already see a lot of Halloween stuff out already. Election Day is 35 days, Veterans Day 41 days, and Thanksgiving, yeah, there's the crazy bird, 57 days until Thanksgiving. It'll be here before you know it. We are looking at a lot of clouds this morning, drizzle and light rain across the area. A lot of the drizzle not showing up, but we are seeing kind of the misty conditions and some radar returns from Ellendale to Milton near Millsboro and Frankfort. So a little bit of light rain and mist there, and that extends down into Ocean Pines as well. We have seen some breaks in the clouds too, and then back towards D.C. and Baltimore and I-95, there are still some showers there. There's a cold front moving our way from western PA and into the mountains. Eventually that will be moving our way as we go through time, and there is drier air behind this front with high pressure. Eventually, that high pressure will build in just in time for the end of the week and the weekend. Out the door, 65 in Georgetown, Seaford 63, Salisbury 62, a 68 Bethany Beach, 68 in Rehoboth right now. There is an easterly wind, and we are looking at some gusts over 20 miles per hour, and that could cause some flooding at time of high tide. So one more high tide cycle where we could see flooding. That's why there is a coastal flood advisory until noon. And then we also have a coastal flood advisory for Dorchester, Somerset, Wycomico counties until 8 a.m. on Thursday. Here is Futurecast this morning. Lots of clouds, a drizzle and light rain, 60s and 70s. We do finally see some sunshine later this afternoon with lower 70s. Some places along the coast not getting out of the 60s. And then tonight we start to clear it out, and by morning we're into the 50s. Could see some areas of fog. And then moving into your Thursday, some clouds and sun. Temperatures a little warmer, mid-70s, well inland to 60s and 70s along the coast. And by Friday morning, even cooler into the mid-50s some places. And then Friday, a good-looking day. Some clouds, but temperatures pretty nice. Mid to upper 70s, some cooler readings at the beaches and looking good for your Friday evening. And then we're heading into the weekend. You see some clouds on Saturday. That's another front coming through. I don't think we're looking at anything in the way of rain. In fact, sunshine. And in fact, Sunday is looking better, a little better than Sunday. There is a front that moves in into Monday and Tuesday. Could bring a few showers, but right now, looks like mainly a dry frontal passage. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 72 today, increasing sunshine later today, and then Thursday and Friday warming through the 70s. Saturday, 79, mostly sunny. A great weekend to pick some apples and pick some pumpkins as well. Sunday, 77. Monday, mild, and then much cooler Tuesday. Behind that front, 70, and then that night down to 49 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. And the price to fuel your tank has fluctuated a lot over the past few weeks, but it has been getting lower. The lowest we have seen was just under $3 last week, and that is nearly a full $1 lower than the cost of gas a year ago. One driver told CoastTV these prices are a lot lower than he is used to, but also they need to stay this way.
I think in order to kind of tame inflation, they need to establish a long-term price that's going to be lower, and that'll help tame inflation because the cost of transporting goods and services will go down.
We might see the cost of fuel change with the war in the Middle East, but for now, prices are better than drivers have been used to.
Coming up next on CoastTV News today, the making of a mural in Rehoboth Beach. We're telling you why restoring this piece of art is so important to one local community. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on CoastTV. See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Before I had my hearing loss treated at Mass Audiology, I had a hard time trying to participate in daily activities. Now I can hear.
If you're having trouble hearing, you should schedule a diagnostic hearing evaluation with an audiologist. If a hearing aid is necessary, the audiologist should prescribe a hearing aid and verify it using real ear measurements to ensure that it fits your needs. Call Mass Audiology and ask how Signia hearing aids can treat your hearing loss. To learn more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Happening now, artwork that has brought so much joy is being restored to its former glory. The Developing Artist Collaboration is getting little financial help from Sussex County to complete that. The mural in Rehoboth Beach was originally commissioned in 2022 to help preserve the African American history of that community. But it was earlier this summer, a bad break, a car actually smashed into the mural. It destroyed pieces of the artwork that was first created by artist Terrence Vann. While it is a setback, the DAC is now rebuilding, and Leah Beach, the founder of the organization, says they went right back to work.
It's really important to continue to preserve the original Black and Brown community as much as we can, and so much of that is honoring the history, which is so unknown by so many people.
And that refurbished version of the mural is almost complete. That process has been made a little easier thanks to a $2,000 grant from Sussex County to help put on those finishing touches. All right, we're going to talk more weather now, Bob. The mural outside we were just talking about, I was there actually when they put it up. It's beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
It's
the
fantastic.
colors, it's so vibrant.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. So hopefully this rain, this kind of wet conditions don't get in the way of rebuilding that, but I'm sure this weekend could be a good time to go check it out.
I would think so, as conditions dry out even more, definitely for sure. But it is a little drizzly and rainy now, ladies, and that'll be the case through the morning hours. And then we do start to dry out through the day. Assateague and Chincoteague, more clouds and sun. Temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Waves around 3 to 5 feet. And watch out around time of high tide. We could be looking at some inundation, but one more high tide cycle, a little bit of flooding. Fenwick Island and Ocean City into the upper 60s. I think more sun this afternoon. Next 3 days in Cambridge, it's a warming trend through the 70s, and the same for Crisfield as well, increasing that sunshine, especially end of the week into the weekend. I'll have much more on your forecast coming up in the next half hour. Stay tuned.
Bob, thank you so much. Also coming up after the break, wind turbine construction conversations. Bowen will be holding the first in its series of supporting wind energy today, and we're going to tell you how you can learn more about their plans.
In Tuesday night's debate, both VP picks took the stage in what could be the final debate before the presidential election. We'll tell you which topics revealed major policy differences.
And hurricane help out of Delaware. We're going to tell you where you can donate to support those heavily impacted by the damage caused by Hurricane Helene. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Our mission here at the Boardwalk Buddy Walk is simple: to create a community where people with Down syndrome or any other cognitive disorder can live, learn, work, and play. That's why every October, we invite family and friends to a full weekend of acceptance and inclusion in Rehoboth Beach. This year's event takes place on October 12th at 9 a.m. at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk and Bandstand. So come out to this year's Boardwalk Buddy Walk and Walk. For more info, go to boardwalkbuddywalk.com, sponsored by CoastTV.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
You shouldn't have to choose between the kitchen update you need and the vacation you want.
With Paul Davis, you can have both.
Change the look of your entire kitchen. Get all new doors, drawers, and hardware without any major demolition, and it's done in as little as 3 days.
All for half the cost of a tear out.
And that vacation you wanted?
We'll give you that too.
Pay nothing for 12 months and get a luxury vacation for 2, extended only through October.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Fall into planning at Bella Terra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bella Terra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bella Terra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a cloudy morning, mainly cloudy with some areas of patchy drizzle and light rain. Otherwise, we start to finally dry things out. We'll see great weather to end the weekend, especially into the weekend. Forecast details coming up.
Offshore wind saga continues. Details about an upcoming meeting to go over plans for construction of wind turbines off the coast.
Vice presidential debate recap. We're looking at the highlights from the high-stakes face-off between Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and U.S. Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio.
And the summer may be over, but it's now beach season for our four-legged friends in Rehoboth Beach.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is now 6:28 on your Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
And I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Lisa, you were just telling me during the break that your pool and your development's like officially closed.
Summer is done.
Yeah, so even if you wanted to, no pool day.
No pool day. We're like taking the water out of it yesterday, covering it up. And it was gloomy out yesterday, too. It was kind of like a little funeral for the end of pool season. That's what it kind of looked like,
That's a good way to put it. I think even if your pool was open today, wouldn't be the day for you to take a dive.
I think Bob will probably agree with us. We're going to bring in first meteorologist Bob Trahey. The pool days, they're behind us.
I would think so, but you can still have the hot tub. You can still heat the water, and if you have a heated pool, yeah, you can do that. But it's getting a little too cool for the pool, so to speak. As we are looking at a lot of clouds, some drizzle this morning, some light rain, a little bit of radar activity is starting to dwindle a little bit. But we had some showers from Milford down to Millsboro. You see a little bit of the green showing up. There is some drizzle, even some more showers back to our west. So I think the next couple of hours still a little drizzly and misty. We do have a cold front well to our west, and that will move in later today. Weaken a little bit, but behind it we have much drier air. But out the door, 65 in Georgetown, Seaford 63, Salisbury 62, but upper 60s along the coast right now. And we have a gusty easterly wind at times gusting over 20 miles per hour to 24 in Indian River Inlet. So one more high tide cycle. It could be some minor inundation, minor flooding along coastal areas, even on the bay side as well. Futurecast this morning has the clouds, drizzle, light rain. The roads are wet, and we have the leaves falling too, so watch out for some slick spots. Then I think the drizzle and light rain will dry up towards the end of the morning, and then into the afternoon, more in the way of sunshine and temperatures into the 70s and 60s at the beaches. Today's checklist, just in case, grab the raincoat and umbrella. I don't think you need the rain boots. We're not looking at big puddles out there. A warm beverage is always nice. Sunscreen too for later in the day, and the sunglasses, make sure you have them handy as well.
Thank you. Buckets of shampoo and cleaning products. That's what was donated Tuesday morning at Old Paths Church of Christ in Georgetown. People there are banding together to provide emergency immediate response aid to those impacted by Hurricane Helene.
And donations are accepted for this first trip to Georgia until Friday, October 4th. And as Zakiya Jennings shows us, they have a huge demand to fulfill.
Packing boxes with donations for those facing the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Donations are now accepted in Georgetown at Old Paths Church of Christ. Sherry Long, a veteran, is helping to coordinate donation drop-offs in all 3 counties.
There are people that are hurting. That's been going on in our country for a while, but this is something that's very real and something that we can do something about, and we're hopeful for September 12th.
Long recalls September 12, 2001 as a day when the American people came together for a common cause. Chris Moore dropped off some of the requested essential items, water, and dog food. Moore agreed that it's time to band together even if people across Delmarva aren't directly impacted by Helene.
Well, why not help out our fellow Americans, So we're all in this together. It could be us next time.
Water, toilet paper, wipes, and toothpaste. Those are just some of the essential items being asked for. Those items will go into boxes on Friday and put onto a trailer headed to Georgia on Saturday. As she continues to help coordinate this effort, Long says,
"Thank you. Keep praying. Help where you can. Love your brother and sister. We're all Americans."
The goal is to fill this entire space with essential items like sanitary napkins and canned goods. And if you aren't able to donate this week, don't worry. Donations will continue to be accepted as long as there is devastation in the Southeast. In Georgetown, I'm Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
And the vice presidential nominees, Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Republican Senator J.D. Vance, squared off overnight in the first and only vice presidential debate.
Yeah, their answers to important questions show just how razor tight this race is for the White House, with less than 5 weeks until Election Day.
Yeah, and the two sparred over major
way
policy.
To handle this, as messy as democracy sometimes is to let voters make these decisions, let the individual states make their abortion policy.
How can we as a nation say that your life and your rights, as basic as the right to control your own body, is determined on geography?
On domestic policy. But of course, the nominees did weigh in on the spiraling conflict in the Middle East. This just hours after Iran's missile strikes into Israel.
And happening today, the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management will begin a series of public meetings regarding the plans for the construction of offshore wind turbines. The structures would be as close as 3.5 miles from the Ocean City shoreline, and the proposed project would be in addition to 114 938-foot tall turbines 10.7 miles from the shoreline that were already approved earlier in September. That meeting is tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. and people can register online.
Also happening today, after a firefighter was killed in the line of duty, Ellendale will be discussing plans to honor its fallen hero. Town Council will be discussing installing a tree or a bench for Thomas Berry III. Berry was killed by an electrical pole while trying to help victims of a car accident. Berry volunteered in Ellendale and Georgetown Fire Companies, and you'll be able to hear the potential plans at that Town Council meeting at 7 tonight.
New this morning, Berlin has the results after Tuesday's election. Incumbent Mayor Zach Tindall ran unopposed and will serve another term as mayor. That is the same situation in District 2 for Jack Orris. He will serve another term on Town Council. Incumbent council member Shanika Nichols beat challenger Daniel Paakey. Nichols received 62 votes compared to the 4 votes for Paakey.
New rules for the road in Delaware. Governor Carney signed House Bill 297 into law, making developers accountable for paving neighborhood roads. This legislation requires developers to pay 110% of the bond for internal roads up front, preventing taxpayers from needing to cover these costs. That bill had unanimous support from both the House and the Senate, and it expected to help protect community interests.
And on Friday, October 4th, the Rural School District will implement a fully online learning day. The district says it is due to more than 70 staff absences, impacting the ability to maintain a safe classroom environment. Students will receive independent assignments, and teachers will be available through email for any questions.
Dock workers hit the picket lines in a historic port strike that could impact a lot of prices. Thousands of U.S. dock workers walked off the job early Tuesday morning after failing to come to an agreement with the U.S. Maritime Alliance. They're asking for increased pay and less automation. The strike is clogging now dozens of ports along the east and Gulf coasts. It could potentially raise consumer prices ahead of the holiday season. President Biden issued a statement Tuesday calling for a fair offer from the U.S. Maritime Alliance.
And next, the White House is speaking on possible solutions to end the strike. And the video on your screen right now is coming from Baltimore, Maryland. And when it comes to brokering a potential deal, labor experts say the White House has 2 tools, using the bully pulpit and invoking the Taft-Hartley Act, which would force the longshore workers to get back on the job. Analysts at Bank of America predict the president will pull the Taft-Hartley Act lever if the strike lasts a few weeks.
Israel Defense Forces now saying Iran had launched ballistic missiles at Israel, causing sirens to sound all over the country. Orange fire illuminated the sky over Israel as news crews in both Tel Aviv and across the border in Lebanon viewed those missiles being fired. Smaller streaks of light were also viewed, looking to come from Israel's aerial defense system as that country tried to ward off the strike. U.S. officials warned earlier in the day that Iran was preparing a ballistic missile strike targeting Israel.
And we have a lot more news to get to, so don't go anywhere.
Coming up in our final half hour, Lewis Water woes where a new water main for the town will go after a break this summer.
Betting on Baltimore, the Orioles in a win or season-ending game, will show you the first game in the wild card matchup.
And Ocean City Cruisin', a special event zone is coming up for that beloved event. We're going to tell you what police say you need to know about those rules. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
We salute Justin Givens. Justin Givens serves as a 911 operator and trainer at the Sussex County Emergency Operations Center, carrying on a proud family tradition in emergency services. His family's roots run deep in the community, with his father and brother having served in the Laurel Fire Department and his mother as an ambulance associate. When he's not guiding emergency responses or mentoring new operators, Justin enjoys music, golfing, and boating. We salute Justin for his dedication to public safety and his ongoing commitment to serving and protecting his community.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Hey fellas, when your lady says she wants a big rock for Christmas, she may not mean this kind. She may want this kind.
At That Granite Place, we like to say our reputation is carved in stone. And it is.
Now we're changing our name to Coastal Countertops. Same local ownership, keeping the same level of quality and service everyone has grown to love. We've also upgraded our machinery to help you with turnaround times. At Coastal Countertops, our reputation will continue to be carved in stone.
Ever feel lost in the world of real estate? Imagine a partner who transforms confusion into clarity, who stands by your side from the first question to the final signature. A professional who knows the market, ensuring that your journey is as smooth and successful as possible. This is the value of a great realtor. With Pam Price, you're not just making a move, you're moving forward. So why do you need a realtor? Because with the right one, you can find your way home.
Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights. Football coverage like you've never seen before. Live games of the night every Friday night with the pre, half, and post-game shows. Plus, we'll take you around Delmarva for the latest real-time scores during Friday Night Lights. Tune in to the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app every Friday night this fall season. Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights. Only on DSN and the DSN app.
It is 6:40 on this breezy, cloudy, drizzly morning. You see the flags getting a workout on the coast and even some whitecaps on Delaware Bay. So, yeah, it's breezy out there, especially at the beaches. And we have some drizzle. You see the radar showing little blips of green, a little bit of drizzle and light rain across the area, just enough to be a bit of a nuisance. And a few more showers back to the west across eastern Virginia near D.C. right now, as there is a cold front farther to the west, and that will be moving in later today. But in the meantime, some drizzle this morning. Watch for that. Temperatures in the 60s. It is breezy at the beaches, and we're seeing winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. Not a great day on the golf course. Fair is my putt. 72. Morning patchy light rain. Otherwise, some afternoon sun. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. Another way to get your forecast. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
Rivers in Ocean City, get ready for another special event zone. According to the OC Police Department, from October 8th until the 13th, there will be a special event zone for the Endless Summer Cruising event. This means reduced speed limits and increased fines for traffic violations, plus a strong police presence to enforce traffic laws. Attendees are urged to keep sidewalks clear and follow pedestrian safety guidelines. Trailer parking permits are required for participants with limited parking options available during that time.
And thanks to some help from DNREC and the Delaware Forest Service, the Delaware Botanic Gardens will host a free tree giveaway this month. The event will take place on October 12th at 9 a.m. and it will offer about 250 native trees on a first-come, first-served basis, limited to one tree per person. This is a part of the Every Tree for Every Delawarean initiative, which encourages locals to enhance the landscape during the fall planting season.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, sports fans? The Baltimore Orioles had game one of the Wild Card Series at Camden Yards. The O's hosting the Kansas City Royals. Whichever team wins two first advances in the postseason.
Wild Card Series between the Orioles and the Royals. The crowd is juiced up. Cole Reagan's on the hill for Kansas City. Fourth inning, no score. The lefty was dealing early. First, he gets Anthony Santander with some cheddar on the top shelf. Next batter, Ryan Mountcastle waves at a curve and misses. Reagan's with 5 Ks through 4 innings, still no score. Fifth inning, same score. Corbin Burns pitching for the O's. MJ Melendez rips a liner and Ryan Mountcastle snags it and tags the bag for the double play. Take another look. Mountcastle with the quick reaction. Burns loves it, still no score. Fifth inning, still all zeros. Runners on the corners for Baltimore. Reagan's dealing first. She strikes out James McCann. Next batter, Gunnar Henderson goes down swinging. The southpaw wins 6 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts. Still no score. Sixth inning, same score. Bobby Witt Jr. sends one through the hole off Burns for a hit. Michael Garcia comes in to score. The Royals would take the 1-0 lead and take game one 1-0.
And the Delmarva Sports Network will be at Camden Yards tonight for the 4:38 p.m. first pitch. That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Coming up today on DSN, don't forget your game of the night live at 6. James M. Bennett facing off against Pocomoke in field hockey. At 8, you can catch an episode and watch Delmar Into the Trenches at 10:30, the final score. Then over on the DSN Plus app, it's your game of the night we just mentioned at 6, but also at that time, an app exclusive. James M. Bennett taking on Mardella in girls soccer. At 5:30, another app exclusive, St. George's Tech playing Odessa in volleyball. It is hump day, everybody, and here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
Clear your Sunday because we've got better weekend plans for you with UD's Coast Day.
Ooh, and coming up very, very soon, a new show for you to see, a new musical, Heathers. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it like this at Milton Theater. We're going to show you why. We have that and some more today at 4 on Coast Life.
We're seeing lots of clouds right now at Ocean View on our gutter helmet camera. Some breaks, also patchy light rain and drizzle, so watch for that. We finally start to dry it out by the end of the week as the sun returns, and looking good end of the week, especially the weekend. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Time is now 6:46 on your Wednesday. We're going to take a look at some cloudy conditions there in Rehoboth Beach. Bob, it doesn't look like it's raining, but you shouldn't be surprised if maybe a sprinkle or two falls.
Sprinkle or two, patchy light rain and drizzle in some places, Paige. Not everywhere. Other places are seeing breaks. And we are seeing those leaves getting colorful. Another sign that we're in October. We have, well, a little bit of color in Delmarva right now. You can see Butt in the mountains and a good chunk of the Northeast seeing some patchy foliage color now. And I have seen some colors around here, and that will only get better with time as we get deeper into October. And right now we're looking at a lot of clouds, some breaks, and also a little bit of drizzle and patchy light rain, making up a new word this morning. Just south of Millsboro, a little bit of light rain there near Berlin as well. Nothing all that heavy, just enough to get the wiper blades going and, you know, grabbing the rain gear out the door, not a bad idea. Still some showers back near D.C. and Baltimore. We'll have to see if these survive the trek across Delmarva. So still some showers as we go through the next couple of hours. There is a cold front farther back to the west, and this is the leading edge of much drier air. Behind it, we have high pressure, and that will be the air that builds in later in the week into the weekend. 65 out the door in Georgetown right now. Salisbury 62 with 68 in Bethany Beach, and Rehoboth at 68. We've got gusty winds at the beaches at times gusting over 20 miles per hour. So that coupled with high tide, our next high tide cycle could see some minor flooding from Lewis to Fenwick Island. Coastal flood advisory there. Also a coastal flood advisory for parts of the eastern shore of Maryland. Watch out at time of high tide for some flooding. Otherwise, gusty winds, temperatures into the 60s and low 70s. Here's Futurecast late morning. Mainly cloudy skies, and then by the afternoon, we're in the low 70s away from the coast, clearing it out, and then tonight clears out. Watch for a little bit of patchy fog by tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. For your Thursday, sun and clouds, not a bad day. Temperatures into the 70s. And then we move into Friday morning and that drier air building in, and even a cooler start at that time with 50s and 60s at the beaches. And Friday, a good looking day with temperatures into the 70s and looking good for Friday night football this time around, as we are looking at drier conditions into the weekend. And we'll see drier air building in, especially Sunday. But then there's a front that builds in on Monday, maybe a stray sprinkle, not looking as wet as originally thought, but we are looking at cooler air building in behind that front. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 72 today. I think we'll see some sun this afternoon after the morning drizzle, and then sun and clouds Thursday. 75, upper 70s Friday, mostly sunny, a great weekend. 79, mostly sunny Saturday, sunshine on Sunday, more clouds Monday with that front. 76, and then cooler on Tuesday, a high of 70 with sunshine as we dip into the 40s Tuesday night.
Bob, and you may remember a water main in Lewis breaking at the end of August. This caused a boil water advisory to go into effect for 24 hours, and now the Lewis Board of Public Works announced a new water main will be installed. You can see the Lewis and Rehoboth Canal right now, and this is where the main will go. This will be the first new main since the 50s, according to Lewis BPW. People CoastTV spoke with say the main breaking was only a matter of time.
Water mains require maintenance. I think they're always going to reach an end of their life point. And once you know what that is, you just have to be careful, and the city's got to maintain it and keep an eye on it so it doesn't happen again.
Lewis BPW says with no delays, the line should be in by February.
Time is now 6:50, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day are two adorable little pups. On your screen right now are Willow the white dog and Mia the black dog. They're sitting pretty and ready for another fall day. Mia and Willow were submitted to us by Diana in Millsboro.
They have a good setup right there. We don't have to look out the window. That's adorable. Don't forget, we love seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos. Tell us all about them. First, go ahead, take a look at your screen.
And then scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friends to CoastTV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
We are seeing some clouds right now across Delmarva, including Cambridge, as we're looking at the marina with the boats docked there. Probably not a great boating day, but clouds nonetheless, and we're looking at some drizzle, light rain this morning. Then we finally start to dry things out as we go towards the end of the day, especially end of the week into the weekend, looking really good. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Shop, play, learn, explore at the OC RV and Van Lifestyle Show, the premier gathering for RV enthusiasts and outdoor lovers. From October 31st to November 3rd, the Ocean City Convention Center transforms into a hub of excitement and exploration. With RVs, custom vans, e-bike, golf cart, and boat test ride zones, seminars, water sports, power sports, and a wide selection of the latest gear, you'll find everything you need to enhance your next adventure. Enjoy BMX and skateboarding competitions, tiki boat cruises, and more. Buy tickets and explore with us at ocrvshow.com.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Yeah, we getting all fired up, getting ready for the players when they line up. Think it's time we go and get them lights up. Let them high school lights ignite us. Cause we fighters, coming with a hut like this. Coming with a pick six like that. Gonna be a showdown so big. Think it's time for football night to impact. High school football is everything. Hey, hey, let's go. For the win, for the gold, for the crown, the ring. High school football is everything.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7.
Who am I? I'm a mom.
I am an abuelo, and I am a big hugger.
I'm a sister, tia, y amiga.
I'm a New Yorker, and I'm the best of both worlds.
I am an entrepreneur.
The family translator.
I'm the #1 soccer fan.
I'm the life of the party. I am Afro-Latina.
I am crazy about Latin food.
So good. I'm a passionate dancer.
I am all that I am.
All that I am. Hispanic heritage.
Celebrating all that we are.
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Get a sideline seat with coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley as they join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis on the blue and white. Nittany Game Week, Friday nights at 10:30 and Saturday mornings at 11 on DSN.
It's now 6:54 and it's time for some things you need to know before you go. Israel Defense Forces say that Iran launched ballistic missiles at Israel, causing sirens to sound all over that country. Orange fire there illuminated the sky over Israel. Smaller streaks of light were also viewed, appearing to come from Israel's aerial defense system as the country tried to ward off that attack and defend itself. U.S. officials warned earlier that day that Iran was preparing a ballistic missile strike targeting Israel.
Dock workers hit the picket lines in a historic port strike that could impact prices. Thousands of U.S. dock workers walked off the job early Tuesday morning after failing to come to an agreement with the U.S. Maritime Alliance. They are asking for increased pay and less automation, and the strike is clogging dozens of ports along with East and Gulf coasts and could potentially raise consumer prices ahead of the holiday season.
The Bureau of Ocean Energy Management will begin a series of public meetings regarding plans for the construction of offshore wind turbines. Those structures could be as close as 3.5 miles from the Ocean City shoreline, and the proposed project would be in addition to the 114 over 900-foot tall turbines 10 miles from the shore that were already approved earlier in September. This meeting is scheduled for tonight from 6 to 8, and you can register online.
And the vice presidential nominees, Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Republican Senator J.D. Vance, squared off overnight in the first and only vice presidential debate. Their answers to important questions showed just how razor-tight the race for the White House is, and it's only less than 5 weeks until Election Day. The two sparred over major policy differences on immigration, abortion, and the economy. The debate stayed largely focused on domestic policy. The nominees did weigh in on spiraling conflict in the Middle East. This just hours after Iran's missile strikes into Israel.
All right, an official winner has been crowned in the battle for best convenience store chain in the country.
Philadelphia-based Wawa took the top spot with the highest marks for customer satisfaction among all U.S. chains.
I don't know how I feel about that. It is according to a survey of nearly 6,000 customers released Tuesday by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. Wawa's cross-state rival Sheetz landed in 4th place.
And a Quick Trip placed 2nd, and Buc-ee's and Murphy USA tied for 3rd place.
I haven't heard of any of those places.
I haven't either,
except for Wawa.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, 7-Eleven for the win, but that's just me. What about you?
Yeah, I would say 7-Eleven.
I love 7-Eleven Slurpees. All right, well, we got to move on now. It is 6:56. Time for a quick look at your forecast, but I wonder what Bob's favorite convenience store is.
Yeah, Bob.
Have you guys never heard of Buc-ee's? It's in the South. I mean, they're epic. They've got like 65 gas pumps. It's a humongous place. I think it's based out of Texas, but it's amazing. It's an experience. Pretty amazing stuff. The other ones are okay, but Buc-ee's is in a category unto itself. We're looking at a lot of clouds, looking at some drizzle, light rain at times this morning, drying out to the afternoon. I think we'll see some sun later today. Highs only in the lower 70s, around 72. More sunshine Thursday, mid-70s, and then the sunshine increases Friday, 77. Weekend looking great. 79 Saturday, sunshine on Sunday. We do have a front on Monday, 76, maybe a sprinkle, and then a bigger cool down Tuesday through Friday with lower 70s and overnight lows starting to dip into the 40s again as we get more of a serious taste of fall at that time.
All right, Bob, we'll take it. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And we'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11. Stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning.